Hello, Cyber Spartans, and welcome to Activity 1 for the Scratch portion of this kit. So in this kit, in this activity, we will go over 4 different topics. The first one is the review of conditional if-else statements, which is the condition statement that will determine if a computer will turn left or right. In other words, it will tell the computer to do this specific task or a different one. The topic number 2 is a list. Lists are a key structure that can be used to store multiple pieces of information at once. A list can also be defined as a variable containing multiple other variables. The third one is operators. So Scratch has a set of comparison operators, which is the equal sign, greater than, less than, etc., and Boolean operators, and, or, and not, that enable us to combine conditions in the if-else statements. It also has arithmetic operators such as plus, minus, multiplication, or times, and division or divide to perform all sorts of calculations. And the last one is variables. Variables are always needed wherever a value must be stored. It is simply a name to which we assign a data value. So let's get started for activity 1. Let's see. So you should have this project in your account already, but we will start off with clicking on dot and seeing that dot is our sprite for the cashier. And for this activity, we will build a block that allows our cashier to check whether or not we have sufficient funds at the bank to use the debit card at the store. If not, the cashier will tell us to use a different method. If it checks and our checking account has sufficient funds, then it will decrease the amount on our by the amount of the after-tax total cost. So we will start off in the events and pull out a when I receive, and make sure to choose when debit is chosen. And then we will also need an if-else statement, and that can go under there. So we will first need to fill out the condition block. So we want to check if our funds in the checking accounts are more than the after-tax price. It means we want to check if the value of your checking account contains variable is more than the value of the after-tax variable. Since the variables have been provided, we only need this operator, but we need to fill in these spots, and I have a question for you guys. So the top block being A and the top block being B, tell me, is which one of these 2 blocks would be the correct one to go into the diamond block? You can pause me and I will go over the answer. So now that you have thought about it, I will tell you that we want to check whether or not our funds in the checking account is more than the after-tax cost. Therefore, A, being the top block, is correct. Oh, come on. There we go. So, it's the other way. Okay. And this is correct because it's checking if our account contains more than the after-tax variable. So this one was incorrect. We can throw that one out. Next, we have to fill in the empty spots for the if the condition is true. If our balance in the checking account is more than the cost of goods, we will decrease the value of your checking account contains variable by the value of the after-tax variable. We also want the cashier to say, thank you for your business after. So we will need a change block, and instead of after tax, we need to change it to your checking account contains. And I have another question for you guys.
So the top block being A and the bottom block being B, which block correctly decreases the value of the after tax from your checking account contains variable? Pause the video to have some time to think. And the solution is A, being the top block, because by default, the after-tax variable is positive. So if we left it positive, it would increase our checking account contains variable by the amount of after-tax, but we want to decrease it. So we have to multiply it by -1. Therefore, block A is, or choice A is the correct one. So next we need a say block, because we wanted our cashier to say thank you for your business, and that can go in here. Add an exclamation point and for 2 seconds. So that should be our if condition, or our then condition. And now we have to build the else part of it. We have our else would be when we have insufficient funds, and we want the cashier to say 2 things. One, your balance is insufficient for 2 seconds, and 2, you can choose other payment methods, or you can go to the ATM to deposit for 3 seconds. So to accomplish that, we will need 2 say blocks. And in the first one, instead of hello, is your balance is insufficient for 2 seconds. And in the bottom one, it will be you can choose other payment methods, or you can go to the ATM to deposit. And that had to be for 3 seconds. Once you have done the else portion, that concludes the end of activity 1 of this Scratch project. Thank you.
Now we will move on to activity 2. For this activity, we will construct a block that allows our cashier, Dot, to be able to calculate the after-tax cost of goods that we have purchased. Now let's recall that a sales tax is a consumption tax paid to the government on the sale of goods and services that we have purchased. And in our country, the listed prices for goods and services are the before tax value, and a sales tax is only applied during the purchase. What we are paying at the end is actually the after-tax price. So we have a little question for you guys, and feel free to pause this video right after I ask the question to think about the answer. The question is, given the before tax cost, what would be the formula to calculate the after-tax cost? If you answered that the formula for the after-tax cost is before tax cost plus before tax cost times sales tax rate, then you are correct. Now we will start our construction with this given template right here. You can find it right here. It says when I receive done, hide variable total set after tax to blank. So we will start our construction with this given template by building the after-tax cost equation in the set after-tax block. Now, because of the order of mathematical operations, PEMDAS, multiplication goes before addition. So we will start with the blank times blank block. So we will start with the blank times blank block from the operators tab. So we can go to operators, which is the green tab, and pull out the blank times blank block. So we will fill the first empty slot with the total variable and the second empty spot with the first item of the sales tax list. So to do that, we will go to the variables and grab the total variable and place it right in the first empty spot. And after that, we can scroll down to get the first item of the sales tax list. So we will look for item, and which is right here, item 1, and place that in the second empty slot. So what we want to do is change the passcodes to sales tax. So the total will be times the item 1 of sales tax, and we will calculate the sales tax. All right, next we will move to the addition block, also from the operators. I'm sorry, Mike, please cut this out. Next, we will move to the addition block, which is also from the operators tab. And we will grab the addition block and place it right there. The first empty spot will be the total variable, and the second empty spot will be the multiplication block that we just constructed. So we can go to variables and grab our total variable and the second empty spot will be the multiplication block that we just constructed. So we will put this in the second empty spot. Now let's drop that block into the empty spot of the set after tax to blank block, which is right here. Lastly, we will add the say blocks. So our cashier can let us know how much everything costs after the sales tax is applied. So to add the say block, we will go to the looks and we will grab the say for blank seconds. And what we want to do is grab three of these in total. So first, what we want to do is edit the first say block to your total is for 2 seconds. Next, we will go to the operators and grab the join block and put it in the hello, where it says hello. After that, you will edit Apple to be a $sign and then go to variables to grab the after tax variable. and we want to edit the 2 seconds to say 3 seconds. So moving on to the third say block, we will edit this to say click on the payment method you want to use for 2 seconds. And you want to note that we will need to join these blocks to combine the 2 string values for our second say block. We can also find the join block in our operators tab, which is right here. Now, if you haven't done so already, we will drop all these say blocks right under the set after tax block. And this is how it should look like. Your final product will look like this. Now we will move on to the challenge activity. For the challenge activity, we will build blocks that allow us to use the credit card at the store. Our cashier, Dot, will also have the ability to check whether or not we have exceeded the credit limit. If yes, the credit card will be denied and we have to choose another method. And if not, our credit card balance will be increased. And there are a couple things to consider. First, we need to consider that the amount will be negative at the bank to reflect the fact that we owe money from the bank when we use the credit card. Second, the credit card charge will be the after-tax price. And lastly, our cashier needs to let the customers know if we have reached the credit limit. So we will go all the way down in the dot sprite. Oh shoot, I already did this. Let's start over. Actually, you can edit that out. Mike, thank you so much. All right. Please bear with me as I just delete this. Hoi, oi, oi. Bruh. Okay. Okay. So when we scroll all the way down in the dot sprite, we will see this template of the block that we need to construct. So what we want to do first is to set the condition of the if then else block. If the credit card balance has reached $20, which is the default credit limit, the cashier will not charge the credit card and suggest other payment methods. So note that since the credit card balance needs to be negative, we must be careful with the comparison operator and the sign of the credit limit. In this case, the condition will be less than. Your credit card balance is less than -20. So what we will do is go to the operators and we will grab the less than sign. We will grab the less than block and put it in the if then statement. After that, we will grab the variable that says your credit card balance is, and place that in the first empty slot. After that, we will edit 50 to be -20. And remember, it is -20 because your credit card balance is -20 since you are buying something that is $20 with your credit card, and you will owe that to the bank. So secondly, if the condition is true, the cashier will say the following sentences. You have reached your credit limit, or you can choose other payment methods, or you can pay your credit card first. So the user is free to choose how they want the sprite to say it. So in order for your sprite to say you have reached your credit limit, or that you can choose other payment methods, you will go to the looks and grab the say block. You'll grab the say for blank seconds and put it right under the if then. Then you will grab a say blank block. Then you grab a say blank block. And you will edit the first say block, hello, to you have reached your credit limit, credit card limit. It will say you want to edit hello to say you have reached your credit card limit for 2 seconds. And then you will edit your second say block to say you can choose other payment methods, or you can pay your credit card first. All right, our next step is if the condition is false, the cashier will perform the following test, which is decrease the value of your credit card balance by the value of the after tax. And this can actually be achieved by the command change your credit card balance is by after tax times -1. In order to do that, we will go to the variables and we will grab the change after tax by 1 block and put it right under else. So remember, what we want to do is change your credit card balance. So we will change the after tax, and so we will change the after tax and scroll down all the way. You'll scroll down to your credit card balance is. And after that, we will go to the operators and grab a times block and put it in the second empty slot. For the first empty slot of the times block, we will grab a variable called after tax and put it in the first empty slot. Next, we want to times the after tax by -1. So what this does is decrease the value of your credit card by the value of the after tax. So lastly, what we want to do is say thank you for your business. In order to do that, we will go back to the say blocks and grab the say for seconds. We will change the hello in the first empty slot to say thank you for your business. And we want that to say it for 2 seconds. All right, and this is what the final product will look like. And you are all done with your Scratch project. Great job.